It is time to be the CEO of my life.
In the previous episode, Chris discovered the budgeting process and the proposed equation to calculate the risk-adjusted return on education. He is back into the classroom to learn more tips about maximizing his income, minimizing his expenses, so he can grow his savings and investments.
Good morning, Mrs. Erica.
Good morning, Chris. I feel a little bit of excitement in your voice. Any update for me?
Yes! I checked out the Budget Insights software on insightway.com and ordered a copy of the book, Outliers: The Secret of Success. I'm excited because I discovered a simple diagram I can use to analyze AI disruption patterns. On the website, it is titled The AI Penetration Continuum. I plan to use it to assess AI's impact on any key process within any given industry. Have you seen it?
No, but I am glad I could point you to a website with useful resources.
I can't wait to plan my due diligence activities and evaluate the future of the industries I may target for my decision. I hope you could make a few introductions so I can meet the right people during my evaluation.
I may be able to put you in touch with some old classmates who work in various professional fields. I'm glad to see that you're already putting the advice I gave you last time into action. I will help you build your support network as long as you prepare a solid questionnaire for the interviews.
I am fully committed. Let me add your request to my to-do list.
Chris, I will help you make good decisions. Your attitude motivates me to share all I know. I see your passion. Let's get into today's topic. I want to share a few tips I learned from my financial advisor over many years. Regarding budgeting, effective budget management results in your ability to meet today's obligations, absorb unexpected expenses, and fund your wealth creation goals. There is a lesson I learned from using the expense categorization matrix displayed in the lower left corner of this page. First, focus on cutting the expenses that matter most and that you can control. Then work on what you can influence. Don't waste too much energy on things you can't control. Try to eliminate as many non-essential expenses as you can. Carefully monitor expenses that are out of your control, such as insurance and taxes.
Please tell me more about insurance and taxes.
Taxes are mandatory and non-negotiable. Insurance is mandatory but negotiable. Think of taxes as your first wife. She'll always be there, faithfully taking care of your money for as long as you live. Insurance is necessary to limit your financial loss when unexpected events happen, such as a fire, car accident, or flood. On the income side, your primary concern should be how to generate recurring income, but I want to set the right expectation. You must distinguish active income, which is compensation for your labor and time, and passive income, which results from the ownership of an income-producing asset. Here's a common approach to build wealth. Typically, you start by earning active income from paid employment. Then, you use a portion of your savings to acquire assets that generate more passive income. The key is to reinvest passive income to acquire more assets that generate passive income.
That's the compounding effect that pays big dividends when you do it consistently.
You got it! I would simply suggest that you keep track of your taxes and consult a tax attorney to evaluate your tax strategies. I would also suggest that you add a tax attorney to your support network. Don't be shocked when you discover the amount of taxes on your first paycheck. Keep in mind that taxes help pay for public services and infrastructure. Analyze all housing components to decide when to rent or buy a house. Housing is one of the biggest expenses you will have. Make sure your rent or mortgage doesn't exceed 28% of your gross income. Make sure your mortgage company removes the private mortgage insurance from your monthly bill once you own at least 20% equity in your home. Utility bills can change with the seasons. Ask about flat-rate billing to establish a predictable budget. Shop around and keep an eye on promotional offers from internet service providers. Analyze all transportation components to decide between using public transportation or buying a car. Make sure your transportation expenses do not exceed 15% of your gross income. In terms of food, seek quality over quantity and remember that good nutrition keeps you away from the doctor. Insurance acts as a stop-loss measure in the face of unpredictable events, and it is a good investment to buy some insurance policies. Always pick a carrier with a solid credit rating, and keep in mind that medical debt is one of the main drivers of personal bankruptcy. Generally, a medical insurance policy is cheaper when you get it through employment, but remains a fast-growing expense for most households. Consider medical tourism for expensive medical procedures when appropriate. It may help to reduce the risk of bankruptcy. Chase, bundle offers that combine multiple insurances when they can save you some money. The main goal in debt management is keeping your debt-to-income ratio below 36%. It is one key input banks use to determine loan eligibility. Use credit cards wisely and always accelerate your balance repayment schedule. Choose the credit card with the lowest interest rate, and know how much the rate can increase if you miss a payment. For communication, subscriptions, entertainment, and other personal expenses, shop around to get the cheapest price or simply eliminate the expense. Saving powers investing. It deserves its own episode, so let's put it on the agenda for our next session. We will dive into the investment management process. More tips to come.
Thank you. I look forward to learning how to think like an investor. Have a great rest of the day.